It's the Bears and Buffalo Show.
And we're live. Beers and Buffalo Podcast, Season 7, Episode 19. There it is. We're back. Getting ready for Week 16 of the NFL. Crazy last week, right? Again. Another comeback win for the Bills. Again. Stressing me out. Again. Blood pressure high. Again. One of these, can we just play like this the whole game, though?
Seriously.
That's all I need to do.
At least the defense. You know, the defense.
Yeah.
They shut them down in the second half. Oh, again, this is like the third or fourth time this year, or fourth time in a row, actually. I feel like that the defense comes out, you know.
I think the Bills just
the second half.
They just like playing from behind. They like Josh wants to be a hero, and he was a hero. He wants to be Superman. He is Superman. All right, before we get too far into the Bills, let's talk beer. What'd you bring us today, dude?
Well, I brought us Christmas ale. We're still in the Christmas spirit with a little over a week left until Christmas. You know, I figured we'll stay away from the winter ales. But Great Lakes Brewing Company Christmas ale with spices and honey.
Ooh.
7.5%. Did not check the percentage per usual.
Better than 10.
Yeah, well, you're right. I was checking the percentages recently. But no, I saw this can. I liked it. I actually went to Wegmans and found another beer that I wanted to try. It had a fun wrapper on it. It was a bottle. It had like a little bow around the cap.
Oh, that's good.
It was pretty cool. And then, but they didn't have anything cold. I was like, well, I only have an hour until the podcast. It's not going to get cold again.
Dude, this is spectacular here on the nose. It kind of smells like last week's a little bit.
It does. That's good.
Oh, prematurely. Cheers.
Cheers. I did it last week. You did it this week.
I know.
A little heavier on the flavor this week. Still not bad.
I mean, I have it on the screen too, but where are you at here? Look at this. This is what I'm saying. The style, Christmas ale. So last week we had a winter warmer. This week we have a Christmas. I think they're making names up now, dude. I think we're just making names up for the holidays. Let's see. Full-bodied, spirited, festive as a season, copper-colored, flavorful, brew with honey, spiced with ginger, cinnamon, 6, 12, or 24 packs. That's great to know. I definitely get some of that like cloves or like spice on it, dude. Yeah. That's what it is. It's the ginger. I think maybe that's what I was getting last week too. We said nutmeg, which I think there was, but I think there was definitely ginger. Oh, this is good, man.
Very good beer. It's a little heavier.
It is heavier, but it still doesn't drink like a 7.5. I feel like it's lighter. Once you get to like 7.5 to 8, and just from IPA memory, I feel like that you can tell when you're drinking an 8%er. We're only a half a percentage off here, and it doesn't feel even close to those like double IPAs, but it's definitely heavier than last week.
Yeah, and this isn't something you're going to want to crush like a Miller Lite.
I think I could crush it, though.
You probably could.
I think this is crushable.
They're a little heavier.
Might not be meant for crushing, but...
What's that?
I said it might not be meant for crushing,
Absolutely not at 7.5%.
Ended up in a ditch somewhere. All right, let's see what the scores are looking like here. Christmas ale, Great Lakes, beer type Christmas ale. That's awesome. Yeah. Last week, 8-2. I might like last week's a tad better. I don't know.
I think I did too.
Just a tad.
That was my initial reaction. I was like, I think I like last week's a little bit better.
Here we go. I'm going to go ahead and give this just slightly. I'm going to go 8-1. I can't go even numbers per my scale. My scale, I can't.
Yeah, per your scale. You invented that.
It was either 7-9 or 8-1, dude.
I was going 7-9. So
okay, that's good.
That was mine. Just slightly below last week. So like I said, they're good. I like last week's a little bit better. Last week's was just a little bit lighter, and I could drink that a lot smoother. I'm surprised
we didn't review any Great Lakes this year. I wanted to see if we did any last year.
I feel like we have to. That's
brewery.
It's not local, but this can't be the first Great. I guess so.
Yeah, this is the first Great Lakes, which is crazy because we've done Resurgence, right?
Yeah, well, Great Lakes is out by like Cleveland and stuff, right? Or it's Ohio.
I forget where it is. Isn't it?
I always thought it was local, but
dude, look at this. We did 3 weeks in a row of Resurgence last year.
We did?
Yeah. We did the Light the Lamp, then we did the Pumpkin, and then we did the other Light the Lamp.
Was Southern Tier.
Oh, Southern. Well, went a little cross-eyed there, but
Yes, because there were two different light the lamps.
Yes.
One was a Pilsner and one was an IPA. Those are the Sabres ones, I think.
We should have just did those both in one episode.
We should have. You know, it's funny. They had a naughty elf and a nice elf.
I saw
beers.
those.
Those were very heavy. Those were like 9%, 9.5%, both of them.
Yep.
And I was like, oh, maybe I just get both of them.
We could do that.
And they're $17 a 4-pack.
Yeah, I saw those. Wags, you said? Wag?
No, these were at Consumers, but I still want to try to. I'll try to find that one once we get off the air. The one I wanted to get.
Where is Great Lakes Brewing? And Cleveland, Ohio.
Look at that. I know my breweries ish. I just always thought when I think of Great Lakes, I always think around this area because we're located between two.
Well, yeah, I didn't think it was Texas, but I didn't know if it was New York. I didn't know if it was a New York State brewery.
No, I always thought that Great Lakes was closer to Buffalo for some reason.
Absolutely. All right, let's get into it here, guys. Last Sunday on the road, Bills came back, dramatic fashion yet again to beat the New England Patriots 35-31. Game, again, didn't start in favor of the Bills, and even on the very first drive of the game, things looked like they weren't going to go our way. It was 3rd and 7. Drake May hits Boutte on a 30-yard pass. Replay shows he bobbled it, didn't have control. No replay assist, no challenge flag for McDermott.
Yep. First
down. Right then and there, I'm freaking out. What the fuck are we doing? Come on. Is this a home call type of thing? Like, dude, how is there not even a replay assist on that?
I have no idea, but I'm sitting there watching this. I'm standing in front of my TV in my living room, and I'm throwing the imaginary challenge flag.
Oh, yeah, me too.
McDermott, let's go. Throw the flag.
I threw a real flag. I got to have a real flag down there. I'm going to start throwing that.
We should. We should get some real flags, some yellow flags and red flags. I'm like, come on, throw the challenge flag because he clearly didn't have possession of it.
Yeah.
And then obviously you're going to get into it, but
no, yeah. So for whatever reason, they just didn't decide to challenge that play either. Kept the drive alive. New England ends up scoring an 8-yard rushing touchdown. And right there, that obviously could have sparked something. Instead, New England capitalizes. Then Buffalo's first drive, Allen throws a perfect pass to the newly acquired Brandon Cooks, hits him right in the bread basket, bobbles it. Has a lot of B's. Bobbles the ball, the bread basket. Couldn't complete the catch. He steps out of bounds. And then the funny thing is, the replay assist immediately chimes in and says, nope, it wasn't a catch, because I think they called it a catch on the field initially.
Yep.
Then replay assist. I mean, it wasn't a catch, but the fact that the replay assist actually went like that, now I'm thinking, we missed. Look at the swing here. That non-catch for them led to a touchdown. Ours led to an incomplete pass and the end of the drive. And just like that, it's a total shift. They're already up 7-0. They got momentum. I'm thinking there's some fishy business going on in Foxborough.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. It's like, how does replay assist, which isn't, I don't know if that's anywhere in the building or if it's like a control panel somewhere or like a control room.
I don't know if that has to come from.
Well, you know how the NHL has Toronto, they got to go upstairs, whatever.
Right.
Toronto.
I think New York does the.
It might be New York. I think you're right. But yeah, like, where's the replay assist on that New England catch? Like, were they just not set up yet? Because the first drive of the game, like, oh, we're not ready.
It just doesn't make sense because that's when you need replay assist. And there wasn't, like, they actually took a little time before they hiked it, too. Like, I know they went pretty quick to the line, but there was plenty of time. Like, and McDermott's got his. So the other part is I think McDermott waits to throw the flag until they get confirmation of the replay assist because they don't want to prematurely throw it.
Just throw some balls and throw it. Gives a shit.
Because I think it gets wasted if you throw it before a replay assist could get popped in. Although I'm not sure if they come back and tell you, hey, we were going to do replay assists, the flag doesn't count. Like, I don't know what the actual rule is on that if you throw it too soon and then they end up doing the replay assist. But
that was a big thing in the beginning of the year. People didn't know if replay assist could actually overturn or actually call a penalty until the Lions game when Jared Goff caught a pass for a touchdown and they didn't know what was going on. And then it came back in, and the ref threw a flag and said, "Replay assist showed that it should have been a penalty, that he wasn't set after being in motion, so that's why they didn't allow that touchdown." So people were like just finding out then that replay assist can call a flag for somebody else. Like you know what I mean? Like
it happened in our game with the pass interference on Shakir. I'll talk about that a little bit. later in the game where it was an interception, then it was ruled a pass interference and a catch by Shakir. I don't know if you remember that part.
Yeah, I do remember that. That was later in the game.
Yep. But my thing on the replay assist thing, just real quick before we move on to the game, is like I actually think replay assist should be the whole game. The coach's challenge are only allowed to be used on penalties instead. I think that might fix a lot of things. Don't worry about challenging a call because you have replay assist at this point.
Yeah.
At this point, we've pretty much figured out that the refs are human and they're missing a lot of calls, way more than they probably should. That, okay, let's utilize the technology. I'll replay assist everything that is a close judgment call. Now, obviously, you can't replay assist the whole game, but like the bobbled pass is close, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Replay assist and challenges should only be used on penalties because I think there's way more penalties that are called or not called that need to be reviewed, and you can't challenge a penalty or challenge something that could be a penalty. So instead of that, I would repurpose the challenge flag to relook at penalties. That would actually be, I think, more useful for teams to challenge a penalty on a field, which currently is irreversible, unless there's replay assist, but that's not a given all the time, and just have replay assist guide the game.
Yeah.
You have the refs make the calls. If there's close calls, touchdowns, turnovers, automatic. And then any close sidelines or bobble, if it even looks like, it's up. I would say it's up to the ref to be, hey, let's do replay assist because I'm not sure. You got to have a complete transparency there with that system. Save the flags for penalties.
And it's got to be quick. You can't be, you don't want to slow the game down. And the games already take 3+ hours. You don't want to slow the game down any more than what it already is. Like I like when the games are like 2.5.
Yeah, it's a good time.
5 minutes. Like I like those types.
Especially those late games when they start at 8:30 Eastern Standard.
Yeah,
that's late
for sure.
All right, so the Patriots, they end up scoring 2 more touchdowns, and just like that, they're up 21-0 in the second quarter. Ray Davis gets things going with a great kick return, and then they had a 15-yard penalty on that, puts them in good field position. The Bills take advantage of that, punch it in the end zone on that James Cook swing pass. However, Patriots, end up scoring 3 more points, and then go into halftime up 27-7. All right, so we have life a little bit, right? We showed some signs of life. It would have been great if we held them to nothing before half, but they get 3. They come out of the locker room. Allen, before that, Allen was the second leading rusher behind Cook in the first half, and Cook had only 32 yards rushing on the ground up until that point, so at halftime.
Yeah, that goes exactly against what I said last week on the podcast when I said that the Milton dude was going to be out of the game and that they have a bottom 5 rushing defense. But I think a lot of that also falls on our offensive line, which, like I said, has been the biggest, not even question mark, but just like head scratcher at this point.
It's been disappointing this year.
Very disappointing because Josh Allen's been sacked, I feel like 3 times as much as he was all of last year. The amount of quarterback pressures are, through the roof at this point.
Right.
When we have the same offensive line and everybody's not it. Nobody up until the last couple weeks is injured.
Yeah. We did get things going in the second half on the ground, but you're right. In the first half, kind of surprising. Cook only held the 32 yards there. Again, we should have prefaced by saying it was snowing in New England last Sunday. Now, it wasn't coming down, but it was snowing consistently the whole game. That might have hindered some offensive performance for the Bills. Who knows? On New England's side, though, the run game was established early. Both running backs, Henderson and Stevenson, led the Patriots with 79 and 50 yards, respectively. As a team, they outran the Bills 177 to 53. And in net total yards, they outperformed Buffalo in the first half, 285 to 75. Oof. That's a crazy discrepancy in the first half.
Over 200 yards.
And it makes sense. If you look at the score, that could have been, that's some teams' end score 24-7. Yeah. So it kind of makes sense. Second half, though, we get things going, right? New England lost its edge a little bit as Buffalo's defense started to tighten. Their offense responded with some efficient drives. We had the Dawson Knox touchdown. He's been on fire. Yes. He had 2 touchdowns. This game, I believe. And then last game, I think he had like over 90 yards receiving. I'm glad that he's getting more involved in the offense because it's turning into what we kind of predicted in the beginning of the year where we're utilizing both tight ends. Even last year, we utilized both tight ends. Even the year before, we utilized both tight ends.
Yeah.
And then you have a good run game and complementary run game. the receivers are just kind of out there, and if we got a guy open, we got a guy open. Nobody's been getting open in the receiving core, so Josh has been throwing to his tight ends a lot more, and I kind of like it. It's been working. Knox is he's not a great route runner, but a linebacker is always going to be covering a tight end, and he's still good enough to get open over a tight end. Most linebackers in the league. So I'm fine with them utilizing all the tight ends. Even Jackson Hawes got involved. I was
going to say Jackson Hawes is even getting involved. I think all three. Or no,
not this week.
Kincaid didn't have a touchdown, but
no.
2 of the 3 tight ends having touchdowns in back-to-back weeks is impressive.
It is. And then Cooks, he had his overturned touchdown after review, so that narrowed the gap a little bit. Bills intercept Drake May. They converted that into a touchdown. They take the lead briefly, and then the Patriots answered back with a long rushing touchdown from Henderson. So it was kind of a back-and-forth game there once we caught up, and part of that, to go back to, was on that Shakir catch. I think it was Shakir. They called it an interception, or at least appeared to be an interception on the field. The guy ran away after the play with the ball on the Patriots. I don't forget who it was. The replay assist goes in, and it turns out to be a catch by Shakir, but then they called a penalty. So I don't know if the penalty was already thrown, because I don't think you can review for a penalty.
No, you can't.
You shouldn't be able to.
Replay assist can call a penalty.
So that kind of was weird. I actually don't think it was I think it was an interception, but I think it was also pass interference.
Yes.
So I agree partially with it. I think there was PI called, but I actually don't think Shakir caught that ball. I think we got picked, and whether we got bailed out or not, there was obvious PI in that play. So kind of interesting. Again, the whole thing was kind of fishy this whole game with the replays and reviews and non-reviews. So the Patriots answered back. Buffalo takes control with another Cook score. And then again, after stopping New England's final drive with the Bosa deflection, we were able to run out the clock, victory formation, game over, 35-31. Cook ended the game 22 for 107, 2 rushing touchdowns. He had 2 catches and a receiving touchdown, 3 touchdowns in this game.
Yeah, fantastic.
Monster. And all that coming in the second half.
Yeah.
That's a half a game of football's worth of stats right there.
Yeah.
He was basically on pace for 214 and 6 touchdowns if he played like that both halves.
Yeah, no, exactly. And I was going to say, Bill scored on a touchdown on 5 straight drives, closing out the first half with that first touchdown to Cook, and then 4 more to start the second half. And then the defense, like you said, finally picked it up, and they got pressure on May. They finally got some coverage on their wide receivers, and they finally made it difficult for the Patriots. And it's like we were expecting that from the beginning of that game. We thought that game was going to be a lot closer, and I was kind of like, in that first half, I wasn't doubting the Bills. I was more like, is this really happening? Like, are we really about to get fucking dog walked by the Patriots, who were supposed to be rebuilding the last 4 years, next 4 years too? And then all of a sudden, they get one head coach, they get a couple wide receivers, and they get some offensive line help. And it's like, oh, they're better than the Bills already? They're not. But that's kind of what the thought process was when it was 21-0. I was just like, is this actually happening?
You know what's funny? I was watching Rich Eisen's show, and I forget the guy that does it with him, his little co-host guy that sits across from him. I think he's a Patriots fan, and I was reading the comments, and he was complaining about Drake May not having weapons, but then somebody said in the comments, because I didn't see this episode, back when we played him the first game, he was praising Stephon Diggs for having 100 and something yards and being a number one. And somebody was like, I like how this guy flip-flop. One week says he's got a great weapon in Diggs, and now he needs help and he has no weapons. Yeah. Because Diggs got shut down, he had like 30 yards. I mean, now we didn't have Maxwell, I don't think, that first game. No, I don't think we had Maxwell.
No, we looked it up. He didn't play the first game.
He didn't play. So the defense, I think, overall, I mean, we're banged up, but I think with the addition of Maxwell, and honestly, Trey White's been playing a lot better as the season's progressed, which I thought would be the total opposite. I thought he'd come in fresh legs, September looking great, and by now it's snowing, he'd be fizzled out, can't keep up, out of gas. It's like this dude just all of a sudden is looking good again.
I think it's just muscle memory at this point. I think this dude is out of gas, but it's all just muscle.
He probably is. But also, we're being smart. Like, you can't, obviously, he's not sticking with the number one. We're keeping CB on him, on the number ones. And Maxwell is kind of floating, I think, wherever we need him. But as long as he's not going up against a true burner, because he doesn't have the speed anymore. Trey White's been making the plays, and he did have a pick in this game as well on Drake May. He had their only turnover of the game was a Trey White interception. So, yeah, man, he's definitely looked really good. Bills prevent the Patriots from clinching the AFC East in Week 15. It's their first game that they've won in New England since December 1st of 2022.
Wow, I didn't know. Oh, that's right, because we lost the end of the season last year.
Yep.
We lost to him in...
It had to be 23. Yeah, I don't remember the 23 loss. I remember last year's loss.
Well, I remember we lost the year that we destroyed them in the playoffs. And Josh Allen had that perfect game, like threw 7 touchdowns on all 7 drives. We lost to New England as well in New England that year. I can't remember what year that was though. That might have been 21.
It might have been. Bills are 25-4 in December, January regular season games since 2020, which is the best record in that time frame for the NFL. Allen's 8-7 against New England all time. Could be better, but he's got a winning record. Cook surpasses 4,000 career rushing yards. This is also his second game with 3 or more scrimmage touchdowns. And then this is a surprising stat. Matt Milano is his first 2+ sack game of his career. He's never had more than 2 sacks in a game.
That's
isn't that surprising?
That's very surprising considering when he's healthy and he's on the field. I feel like he's in there quite.
He's more of a coverage linebacker though, so yeah. I kind of get that. Like we don't really blitz him a lot. He's got
probably has a ton of quarterback pressures though.
A lot of pressures, but he's a cover guy. He gets picks when he needs to be. He gets a lot of pass deflections. Obviously, he gets tackles, but he's not somebody we usually send. So I guess that makes sense from that perspective. But yeah, I was kind of surprised to learn that. You know, I was going to say the other thing is I didn't realize that. Speaking of because it made me think of this when we prevent the Patriots from clinching the AFC East, we still have a chance. But I thought it was easier than this. We have this is a lot harder than I thought. I forgot because we split with them now. And then it goes to a record against divisional opponents. So technically. Even if they lose, they have to lose 2 more.
Yeah, they have to lose to the
I
Ravens.
thought they only had to lose 1 more.
They got to lose. We're going to end up, if they lose to the Ravens this week, which who knows what Ravens team shows up against the Patriots, but we might end up having to cheer for the fucking Dolphins on week 18.
I'm fine with that.
I'm fine with it too.
I want the bye.
We're probably not going to get the bye. I think Denver's got that locked up.
Oh, yeah.
They're 11-2 or 12-2 or some shit. They're 12-2.
You're right.
So well, they would also have to lose.
So then, does it really matter then? Or
I want the division.
Yeah, but it doesn't do anything as far. Well, what is seeding? Home games. Yeah, you want home games.
Yeah,
you want home games.
That's the only reason why I say
no. That makes sense.
To host a home game for Josh Allen, we don't want to have the Bills. We've seen this time and time again. Even though I wanted to get into this later, I might as well just get into it now. I don't want the Bills to have to do every game on the road, especially in the year when we don't have to play Patrick Mahomes, we don't have to play Joe Burrow, and those are the only 2 quarterbacks over the last 5 years to knock out the Bills in the playoffs. And we're probably not going to have to play Lamar Jackson. This is Buffalo's realistically easiest path to at least the AFC Championship game in 4 or 5 years. Bo Nix, who is, very good quarterback, but unexperienced when it comes to playoffs.
And we beat him once already last year.
We beat him last year in the playoffs. Their team is
Drake May. I believe he'll fold under pressure.
That's what I'm hoping. Aaron Rodgers, older than dirt.
He's the only one that kind of worries me, just because
he's got all that experience.
We beat the dog shit out of him the first game, and then. Which I was expecting a closer game. Their defense, and it also depends. Like TJ Watt hurt last week, he'll be back for playoffs. So I don't realize he had a punctured lung.
Yeah, I told you guys that on Monday when we came over for the game.
Oh, you did tell us. Yeah. That's right. I was wondering where I heard that from.
Yeah,
thanks, Jeff. But
routine needling.
But he'll be back.
Yeah.
So if they make the playoffs, and we don't, it's not a given yet if them or the Ravens will be the team.
That's why I say it's.
But you look at the remaining teams, if you would have told me at the beginning of the year, hey, Buffalo will make playoffs and not have to worry about Burrow or Mahomes and possibly even Lamar, I'd go, we win the Super Bowl.
We at least go to the Super Bowl.
Yes,
at least
go to the Super Bowl. But I'm thinking we could win the Super Bowl at that, because I always thought we could beat fucking the Eagles last year. But that Eagles team was so good, I don't know if anybody would have beat them.
Houston's in, and they're a tough defense, but I think the Bills on a second game.
I think we get them.
We figure them out, and then the Jaguars.
That will come down to
which is a very surprising team that I did not expect to be 10-4 this year.
Yes,
Liam Cohen.
Jaguars scare me a little less than the Texans do at this point. But here's my thing. If the Bills play the Texans and lose, it's 150 million% on coaching. Yep. It's a coaching issue. McDermott cannot get out coached in the playoffs to any of these guys, really. Exactly. Maybe Sean Payton, but like any of these guys, really.
Mike Tomlin, like no, because I don't. Because Mike Tomlin, he's a very good coach,
but he's Mr. Make the playoffs and lose. He just keep my job. Like he's basically McDermott. Keep my job. Yeah. Keep my seat warm for me. I think that when it comes down to this, and like the divisional games, I get it. It's tough because the coaches know each other. The teams know each other. They get the tendencies down. I think a New England game would be tough a third time around, but I think we got the upper hand just on quarterback alone.
We saw that this past Sunday.
The coaching, dude, is what is going to really determine a lot of these games. And on paper, the Bills should beat the Texans, but if we drop that game, you blame McDermott.
Which is another reason why I want the division, because if I think because depending on how the Jaguars-Texans seasons finish, the Texans are a game behind the Jaguars. They would be the wild card, so they would have to come to Buffalo.
They're coming to Buffalo.
But they beat, that's hopefully.
Oh, yeah.
But because, if for whatever reason, they drop a game.
I don't want to go back there, man.
No.
They can't play in the snow. That team will crumble. That team will not be able to play in snow or even cold. They're in a dome in Texas, dude. You put them in fucking Buffalo in January, they're crumbling. Crumble cake. Gone. Finito. I don't know any other languages I can speak that.
Me either.
All right, guys. You got anything else for the any comments or anything?
Just Earl. Playoffs. Cody.
I told him, good. I'm glad he fucking logged. He's like, I can't comment unless I log into my account. I'm like, yeah, log into your account, dude, so you can comment on thing, dude. Good shit, Earl. Way to find your login information. Probably under your fucking bed or something, dude. Dusty.
Forgot password on the website. It just does it for you.
Cooking his chicken and rice right now. All right, let's get into next week's game here. Bills are traveling to Cleveland, Ohio. Face off against the Browns, 1 p.m. Sunday. Weather's looking like 29 degrees, but no snow, which is good. All this shit around here is actually melting this weekend.
Dude, it's
41 degrees outside.
I walked out of work today. I had this jacket on, and I had my winter jacket on because at 5 o'clock in the morning, I was still cold. But I was like, holy shit, I'm actually hot. Like, I had to take it off.
Oh, yeah.
Just walking to my car.
I didn't realize.
The car starter, I was like, I didn't need that.
I'm so used to using mine, though. It doesn't matter. I use it all the time. But yeah, I walked outside, too, and the driveway was completely dry. I'm like,
same here. I was like, oh, that's
all
nice.
Right. Thank you. Yep. Don't need a salt. Don't need a shovel.
Because I got behind the last couple of times because I've been sick. Me too. Again, I got behind on the driveway. I was like, oh, fuck, this is going to be a nightmare because it all froze on the tire tracks. And then it's all melted. I was like, sweet. Maybe now, there it is. Maybe now I won't be sick and I can keep up on the driveway. So,
psych. Maybe
psych.
Well, you might get sick again.
But don't say that. we don't wish sickness upon anybody.
No, we don't.
It's not fun, man. This shit sucks.
Bills 10-point favorites on this one.
I get it.
I think it's accurate. I think it's accurate.
Shedeur Sanders
after last week's game, and then after our last week's game, compare the two teams, give them the home field advantage. I get that. I think
maybe 7.5.
I was gonna say like 8 or 9.5, maybe 10. I mean, I hate flat numbers anyways. I'd go 9.5. I'll go 9.5 is accurate. So they're not too far off of that.
The Bills should win this game 40-10 though. Like that should be the score of this.
Yeah, because you got to think the weather doesn't matter here. Because it's close. The travel spot's close. You're basically at your closest opponent, right? I think Cleveland's technically closer than Pittsburgh by a little bit.
4 hours.
Okay, no, it's not. Well, maybe, but it's not. It's not. I think we'll check it out. So
Cody, look that up.
Cody, look that up for us. Jamie, look that up. So they'll be challenged against the Myles Garrett-led Cleveland Browns defense. Excels in multiple NFL categories here. Garrett is the league leader in sacks. Guess how many sacks Myles Garrett has on the year?
20. 20.
21 and a half.
21 and a half. I know he's very close to the record. I know 22 and a half is the record. I was going to say 22.
The Bills have 33 sacks as a team.
Holy shit, bro. That dude is an absolute monster. I honestly hope he breaks a record.
Yeah,
that dude's an absolute...
He's a unit.
He's a unit, and he's wasting his career in Cleveland just like Joe Thomas did. But he could have gotten out. That's on him at this point. He could have gotten out, but they gave him an offer he couldn't refuse that he should have. That's way too much head. I have a nice perfect pour here. That's just enough.
You can never have too much head.
Well, true. Unless it comes to beer, because I'm not trying to drink foam.
We'll let that sit a little bit. Offensive coordinator Joe Brady here. He's got to get creative, I think. Last week, very lackluster first half. I get it, man. It's snowing. You get down early.
It was barely snowing, though.
I get it, man. But, like, I'm trying to make excuses for the guy.
No,
there's really not excuses for the guy.
Point.
But that's 2 weeks in a row he was flat with, like, what are we doing here? Get creative here. We got to do something because this dude, they're going to apply pressure. And the Bills, last time they handled this kind of pressure, did not do well. That was the Texans.
Yes.
They blitzed Josh Allen. He got sacked, 8 times?
8 times.
Myles Garrett could have 5 fucking sacks himself this game. Like, you have to.
I don't want Myles Garrett to break the record.
That's what I mean, like, because it would be this week if he starts teeing off.
He needs 1.5 sacks to break the record, right?
He could start teeing. Well,
you said
we're not losing with a sack, but like, yeah, he could start. He could start teeing off against us, because that's what the Houston defense did.
Double him up, throw a tight end on him.
But here, you already saw what happened against that Houston team, and I think they took them light because offensively, just cover Nico, we're good. They had Davis Mills, and they won the game. So
yeah, I forgot about that.
Dude, it was fucking Davis Mills. It wasn't even Stroud. So I'm like, now you got Shador, who has been hot, cold, right? Like, the first game was a little hot, cold, and then he came out against the Titans. They should have won that game, and the coach sabotaged that game for him.
Did.
And then last week, he just threw 3 picks or what. He looked like
I've actually heard that rumor that
he was a bum out there.
That the coach doesn't want Shador to even play. Like, he didn't want them to draft him.
I told you that story, but yes, I did.
Okay.
Yeah, no, that's the word is like, because the coach didn't want him. He sabotaged that 2-point conversion and wanted the credit all for himself. Mm-hmm. But yeah, that we talked about it last week. McDermott, strong track record here against rookie quarterbacks, though. He's got a 9-3 record since 2019 against rookie quarterbacks. Okay. So was Bo Nix a rookie last year?
Yes.
Hence the beating in the playoffs. That helps towards the record. On Sunday, the Bills will face Shador, who's struggled to generate a consistent offense in Cleveland. Like I said, bad game, good game, bad game. I still think, he doesn't use his legs as much as I thought he might. I didn't watch too much. I watched some Colorado ball when he was there, just because he was the thing in college football. And he was I don't know if he was he a finalist? He wasn't a runner-up because it was Genty. Or no, it was Travis Hunter was Heisman. Then it was Genty.
Yes.
He might have been 3rd or 4th. He was top 5, I think, right?
Top 5 for sure.
He was definitely a top 5 Heisman. So, like, yeah, I'm going to pay attention to that game because there was so much, media coverage around them with Deion and his son, and they had Travis Hunter. So I watched some games, and he did run a lot more in college, and I was thinking he would run some more in the NFL, but this is different game speed.
Athletic.
He's not Lamar Jackson, but
he's not his dad. He doesn't have. He doesn't have the Sanders speed.
Travis Hunter is closer to Deion than his son is closer to.
I know, and but Shador Sanders can move around in the pocket a little bit. He can extend plays a little bit, but he's not known for taking off and ripping off a 20-yard run like Lamar, Josh, and any of the other quarterbacks that can do all of that. So. It is kind of, he is more of a one-trick pony, and he does have a very good deep ball, especially compared to Dylan Gabriel. Dylan Gabriel cannot throw a deep pass.
And
if he can, it's not accurate. At least Shador is accurate.
I'd take Shador over Dylan any day. I think that's why I think like it was nobody wanted the guy. The Browns didn't want him because there's no reason why Dylan Gabriel went ahead of him in the draft. But I digress.
There's a lot of quarterbacks that got taken that should not have gone.
We still haven't seen
Tyler Shuck.
But
Tyler Shuck actually
I don't think he looks that bad.
That's not a knockout Shuck.
But that's that organization. So like it's hard. Although the fucking Saints have won 2 games in a row. against divisional opponents, which
not
is
have that on my
crazy.
bingo card.
Nobody did. I might have to pick them this week. No, I won't.
Unless
Buffalo.
they're playing the Raiders.
Unless
the Raiders, I'm picking.
I'm going to fade the Raiders till they win a game, literally going into next year. Buffalo's offense has relied heavily on the running backs and tight ends, like we were talking about earlier. Knox, Kincaid, Hawes, they've all contributed significantly. And then Cook, Johnson, and Ray Davis, key parts in both the rushing and receiving game. They lead the league in yards after catch and touchdown receptions amongst their position since week 8. Our running back core, just as a group, dude. Like, it makes me that makes me happy, dude. Like, I love that our role playing backs get involved as much as they do. What's happening over there?
Just a troll.
Who is it?
Vincent Bartha decided to finally watch the podcast.
No.
Boswell for the win. Got to start your studs.
God.
Gotta rub some more salt into the wound of Mikey D's fantasy football playoff loss this week as you relied on a kicker to get him 7 points.
Yep, that's true.
And he kicked 5 extra points. And
I remember when Vinny didn't make playoffs last year. So that was fun too.
Yep.
Got to make playoffs, dude.
And there's Terry Manning. We got the whole B group going on.
No.
Terry said on. Okay, good job, Terry.
I just texted him like, tune into the pod, dude.
We texted the fucking thing and not the group chat, so
it is what it is. Anyways, Ray Davis providing the spark in the return game. He has an NFL best
really good
32.5 yards per kick return, which is a team record actually for kick returns. Which is surprising. Like, we've had some good kick returners. We had Percy Harvin for a little bit at the end of his career. We had Roscoe Parrish back in the day, dude. I'm kind of surprised. Like, this is our guy.
Number one kick returner going into this year, I thought.
He wasn't. Well, we had Codrington, but we ended up like cutting him later in the year.
When we picked up, I forgot his name.
Yes.
Palmer.
No, it was
receiver.
Not Cooks.
No.
Was it Cooks?
No, the other one that got hurt.
I don't remember.
Why am I fucking drawing a blank on the wide receiver that we signed?
Well, it'll come back to us.
Yeah, probably
not. Might have to pull up our roster.
Yeah, pull up the roster real quick because we definitely had we cut Codrington to sign the
Hardman.
Nicole
there
Hardman.
it is.
Literally came back at the same time.
There it is.
We locked eyes and we both.
Who is also
Hardman.
a return specialist as well, but obviously he didn't fare well with the Bills.
He should be back soon. He's hurt. He might have actually been legitimate hurt. So.
He might have been hurt too.
Yeah,
which is not a good sign.
We thought he was going to get cut again because
I thought he was.
He fumbled that ball on the kick return.
He almost cost that game.
Dropped the pass on that game. Yeah.
Yeah. And then lastly here, the matchup marks Buffalo's final regular season road game.
Yep.
We're 4-3 on the road this year. A win in Cleveland would not only improve our road record, but it's crucial in our playoff run here, like we were talking about earlier, and our push for the division. The Bills are currently holding the 6th spot in the AFC East, or the AFC, I'm sorry, with the potential postseason berth nearly secured. We really need to.
We need to win.
We need to win this game, but
one of two other teams can lose. I saw it the other day. And I probably should start writing some of this down, but I look at it and I think I'm going to remember it, and now I can't. I know it's 2 teams. One of 2 teams need to lose. I can't remember if it's Indy or Houston. I think it might be one of those 2 teams that could that need to lose in order for us to clinch with a win.
I want to pop up here the injury report just to see what we're looking at for this upcoming week.
Pretty lengthy again.
Yeah, so Benford, limited practice. Bernard, limited practice. Did Bernard play last week? I don't think he did. Dawkins did not practice. That's big.
Illness. Well,
he should be good. He should be good. Yeah. Hardman back on here, limited practice. Taron John, he's looked terrible this year, by the way.
He has not looked. We paid him that money.
Terrible.
Paid him. Doesn't look good.
Terrible. He was the premier nickel back in the league.
Great last year.
Yeah, I think he was like the best nickel back in the league. Full practice, though, so he'll play. Daquan, full practice. Kincaid did not practice knee.
Because he's been fine the last couple of weeks.
I don't know if he re-injured something.
Yeah.
But this is the thing, though. Like, we look like shit without him, although he hasn't really contributed as much since his return, as much as I thought he would, at least.
I think it's just the threat of him being
just having him out there when you have those 3 tight ends, or at least have 2 of them out on the field at the same time. That opens up Knox. Knox has been thriving since he came back.
Yeah.
Because that was the first game back. And then Knox is like, good, draw the double team. I can get open against this bum. Phillips, and then Prater, I heard, is out.
Yeah, Prater's out already because we signed a kicker from I think Detroit.
Was it
Badgley
Riley
or something?
Badgley, yeah.
Badgley, not Bagley. Badgley. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, we signed him to our team or at least the practice squad for now. So we'll see. But Badgley is an 83% career kicker. You know,
I didn't think he was that bad when he was on Detroit.
I didn't think so either. I don't know why he got let go.
I don't
But
understand that
unless
either.
they just found somebody that was better.
Ooh. Oh no, it's just rest. I saw
Miles
Look
Garrett.
at you thought our list was
shit,
bad.
damn.
Look at this, dude. Oh god.
Oh my Lanta, dude. That's like 20 fucking people.
Jack Conklin, he's a good offensive lineman.
Yeah, Miles Garrett, just rest.
None of these guys I know. Njoku hasn't been relevant all year. They got Harold Fannin Jr., who's been lighting it up.
Dylan Sampson had a couple good games.
Schlesinger's a starter. Dylan Sampson's their third running back.
Sean Watson. Still on the team, technically.
Ward, that's a big one, too. I don't know if he's been out all year, though. And then, Watson, too.
Yeah, Sean Watson shouldn't be on the fucking team.
Achilles.
Yeah, good. Kill your career.
Yeah, I'm surprised. I forgot. I keep forgetting about this Sean, man. All right, let's get in some NFL news here. Early window last week, Tampa Bay Bucks dropped the crucial divisional game against the Atlanta Falcons, 29-28. Even with all his receivers back and a healthy Bucky Irvin, Baker could not get it done as Kyle Pitts had 3 touchdowns over $160. Vinny, did you see this? Kyle Pitts had 3 touchdowns and 160 yards. Oh, that's right. He went against him. Chris had.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
Oh, Chris actually.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
And he only lost by like 4 points, though.
I know. That's why you start your studs, dude.
Got to start your studs.
Bucks defense, though, was trash. I can't put this all on Baker. He made some mistakes in this game. I think he did okay, but they folded there. I think it was the last drive. I kept reading this shit. They gave up a 3rd and like 20 and like a 4th and 15 on the final drive.
I saw that 3rd and 29. And Mike Evans lost his shit.
That's not Baker's fault.
No, it's
there.
not.
Like
Mike Evans lost his shit.
Oh yeah, you should. You should. That's his first game back. He balled out, and they're like, "We're going to win the game," and then the defense is just water.
Yeah,
just going right through him.
Literally, that was so bad. I felt bad for Evans. You know, it's funny. As soon as they cleared him to play, the talks of Mike Evans could still break 1,000 yards this year. He just needs 225 yards a game. I'm like, wait a minute, that's like 900 yards because he has like 100 yards in the first couple of games.
Yeah,
he had over 100. So, but now he probably needs like 300 yards a game to.
If this dude has a 250-yard game, I'm going to shit myself because there's no way he's going to break it. But that's crazy.
That would be insane.
He's still he's not going to get it, but still, dude, for as many years as he did it in a row,
Jesus
like
Christ, Vinny.
Oh
Vinny
god,
said talk about the Monday night game. I don't think that's on the slate tonight. Sorry, Vinny.
The what game?
The Monday night game.
Oh wait, no, it's on the. No, it's not. Just kidding. I'll talk about it. It was a rigged game. The Ravens blanked the Cincinnati Bengals 24-0 on the road. Shocking loss for the Bengals, though. Like, they came into our game. They put up, how many, 30-something points against the Bills last week? And then they get blanked at home by a divisional opponent? How do you go from 35 to 0 in 1 week? With the same team. Now Higgins was out, but still, that's not that's not why you don't score 0. That's not why you score 0.
This is the same thing that happened with the fucking Falcons. How did the Falcons beat the Bills and then get blanked by the fucking Panthers? I understand the Panthers are right now a playoff team.
Yeah.
They're tied for the division, and they face the Buccaneers twice in the next 3 weeks.
Yeah, dude,
It's insane that like how bad.
I don't understand what happened in that game. Oh yeah, there's nothing going on up there.
It's not you got a ghost up there? You got another dog or something?
It's just probably plumbing.
Oh, okay.
The house is haunted.
Probably.
So yeah, dude, like there's no reason though. Like I get it. T. Higgins didn't play. First of all, we watched that game last week. I think he had a couple concussions last week against the Bills. He hit his head hard a few times.
Yeah.
So wasn't expecting him to really do much this game after what I saw last week. But still, like, you get blanked and you have Jamar Chase and you have Joe Burrow and you have Chase Brown and they're all healthy and your offense is fine, right?
We knew the defense is bad.
We knew they'd give up points, but like
the Ravens defense hasn't been that good either.
They haven't, but they've looked better than the Bengals defense
everybody's defense looks better than the Bengals defense.
I was expecting points to be given up, but I didn't expect the defense to be, or the offense to be non-existent, basically. Like, it just didn't make sense. Joe Burrow's post-game interview, everybody's making fun of it. Like, he was so depressed, and like, he shouldn't have went around that way, and like, I'm like, dude, he missed the playoffs. I think it's the first time he's ever missed the playoffs, right?
Yeah, he's missed playoffs multiple times.
Has he?
Yeah, he's missed the playoffs the last 3 years.
I think it was more
Ever since going to the Super Bowl, he's missed the playoffs.
Are you sure?
Yes. The only year that he went to the Super Bowl was the year he beat the Bills.
Last year he didn't make playoffs? No, they lost that game to the Broncos or somebody. I think it was...
No, Bills beat the Broncos.
No. Before the playoffs. To get into the playoffs, they lost the game. I think it was the Broncos.
That was another year that Joe Burrow got hurt. Yeah, because he's been hurt the last fucking 3 years.
All right. Well, that was a dumb suggestion by me. But, I don't know. I think it was more so the fact that, like, he was healthy to start the season. He got hurt, couldn't do shit. When he came back, they still had a chance, and he could have been the hero to get them to the playoffs. You got to win out, basically. But with Joe Burrow, you still have a chance.
Yeah.
And he felt like he let his team down, and he was putting a lot of weight on him, and he put a lot of blame on himself, which your defense did not play good the whole year. If you won some more games while you were out, you would have been fine. You're still in it because that division's shit.
Yeah.
The division shit.
The division is
that's basically the NFC whatever with the fucking Carolina.
NFC South, yeah.
That's the NFC South.
That's what I love about the NFC South is you don't know who's going to be good
and
or
you
bad.
don't know who's going to win in this one because the Steelers, the Ravens, and the Bengals have all been fighting for. And the Browns are always like a sneaky, like they'll beat a couple of these guys each year, and you just got to string together a couple non-divisional wins. And the Browns are even in the conversation. And they just can't do that. But that's Stefanski. He got that coach of the year, and then he's been dog shit since. So
coach of the year thanks to Baker Mayfield. Or wait, no, is that after Baker Mayfield when he picked up? Did he get coach of the year the same year that Joe Flacco got comeback player of the year?
I thought he did. Was that last year or 2 years ago?
I don't want to talk about that comeback player of the year.
Shut up. It was him. It was well deserved.
No, it wasn't.
Well deserved. Joey Bag of Donuts out there slinging that thing, man.
I'm going to smack this beer bottle over your head.
The Houston Texans cruised to victory over Arizona 40-20. CJ Stroud throwing for 263 touchdowns. The Texans are riding a 6-game win streak. Nobody saw this one coming because they started the season hot ass.
They started like 2-4.
They were real
bad. And
they're
now like 9-5. It's insane.
Yeah.
It's incredible how fast you can turn a season around with a good defense like that.
And Nico Collins finally getting a little bit more involved. They hit him early in the game on like a 50-yard bomb for a touchdown. I've been saying it all year as a fantasy owner. Why hasn't this guy gotten more involved? You have a top 5 receiver and you're not even utilizing him. Davis Mills was even throwing to him more. Come on, CJ, figure it out. You got a top 5 receiver. If you give Josh a top 5 receiver, that motherfucker has $150 every week. You figure it out. So he balled out. He had 263 touchdowns. That's his best game of the year. It took till week 15 for him to figure that out, but
dude, if you give Josh a top 5 wide receiver, that motherfucker's going to throw for 5,000 yards a year. I guarantee it. I'm not saying negative about Diggs. Great receiver, but he was never a top 5 receiver.
He was tail end of his career at that point. He had prime. He had a couple primes.
At the top of his peak on his way down.
He was top on the way down. You're right. He had prime years still left in him. And that's not a knock on Diggs.
Top 5 wide receiver in the league.
At that time that we got him, no, he wasn't.
Even when he was in Minnesota, I didn't think he was a top 5.
No, he was. He was.
He was good.
I'd have to go back and look at prime years.
Yeah, you're right. We'd have to go back and look and see what other receivers were in the league when Diggs was on Minnesota before he came to Buffalo. Like I said, nothing against Diggs. He helped Josh's career. Yeah. Like, we got to be thankful for that. I don't like the way he went out when he left Buffalo.
Nobody does.
Because of the way he fucking went out. He tried talking shit. Like, I'm the reason Josh is as good as he is. Like, okay, you're wrong, but, like, it is what it is at this point, I just don't think that he was a top 5 wide receiver in Buffalo.
All right. So these are all Pro Bowl years, though. And that was Buffalo. Let's even go back. I'll go 2 years prior to Buffalo. We'll do 2018. Well, let's look at the stat. Here's the big year for him right here. So 2018. Top receivers.
Oh, that shit's laggy as fuck, bro.
The heck?
I don't know. I'm going to double check this stream real quick before we fucking...
2018. Let's see what we got here.
Julio Jones, DeAndre Hopkins.
Okay.
Mike Evans.
Julio, I'll put above him.
Yep.
Hopkins, I'll put above him.
Of course.
Evans, I'm putting above him. Tyreek, you're just looking at numbers for that year.
City.
Juju was even a top receiver that year.
In Pittsburgh.
Look at Antonio Brown had 1,200 yards that year.
Pittsburgh.
Devontae had 13.
A healthy Michael Thomas. Even Adam Thielen had a better year than him.
And they were on the same team.
They were on the same team. That's what I mean. Like, he wasn't even the number one guy until we traded for him.
You're right.
So that's what I mean. It's like Josh Allen's never had a top 5 wide receiver. So you give Josh Allen a top 5 wide receiver, the motherfucker's throwing for 5,000.
He had 1,000 yards. His best year was his first year with the Bills. He had 1,500, and he was a top 5 that year, I think.
Well,
I think 2020
overall because of stats.
I think that
but
year.
I just think in general.
No, there's no argument here. I think this year he was a top 5. 2020?
Look up 2020 then real quick.
Real quick. 2020. So you're right. 2018 he wasn't, but I didn't realize how many people. Julio Jones balled out, dude.
Though, it was a fucking weird
dude, Michael
year.
Thomas had 1,400 yards and 9 touchdowns that year. Like,
and he led with 125 yards.
125 receptions.
Or receptions.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No, that's actually a good season.
Well, let's see what they are. It probably is dig stat wise. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was the year that.
So he was a top receiver. I'll put him like.
But I still would have taken Kansas City Tyreek Hill over him. I'd take Green Bay Devontae Adams.
I'll take Green Bay.
Justin Jefferson over him.
No, so I got
maybe not rookie season. Not Arizona Cardinals DeAndre Hopkins. Okay, I'll give Stephon Diggs.
No, this is him, and but this was an elite year. They won the Super Bowl that year, right? 2020 Chiefs. So you had Kelsey and Tyreek both go over 1,200 yards that year, and the touchdowns were incredible too. It's not showing it.
Even Michael Thomas.
He led the league in receptions, but missed games, dude.
Impacting his yardage.
Yeah.
A.J.
So
Brown and Chris Godwin with the Buccaneers.
That was a good year for Godwin. He hasn't been the same since.
Because he's never been the number one guy.
So we kind of went off the deep end here, but my point is top 5 receiver. He was, I think, at least that first year.
At least 1 year.
1 year, but he was already on Buffalo, and we did good that year, and we still didn't win the Super Bowl.
Right.
But the stats showed you what he could do if you give him a top 5 receiver,
actual younger top 5 receiver that you could.
That was 5 years ago. So yeah, absolutely.
You could give him a top 5 receiver for 5 years. I guarantee you, he's pushing at least 4,500 yards minimum that year, every year.
I like it. All right, moving on.
I love when you say I like it, because that's just I'm looking ahead on my notes and I'm not actually paying attention to you. I'm just going to say I like it when you shut up.
Absolutely.
And also, absolutely.
You've keyed in.
I noticed it a while ago. I've just never said anything.
Nice. Absolutely. Indianapolis Colts narrowly losing on the road to the Seahawks. Rivers at the helm. Even though it was his first appearance in 5 years, he was the only quarterback to throw a touchdown in this game. Unfortunately, the Colts couldn't prevent Josh Myers, or I don't even know the guy's name, the fucking kicker, from getting into field goal position, and he nailed 6 field. Yeah, I should have. I'm sure Vinny will tell me that. 6 field goals to win the game, 18-16. Let's talk Rivers though.
Not bad. Dude couldn't throw the ball deep.
Dude, he couldn't throw the ball short either, dude.
He threw a 20-yard pass.
And this shit was like a duck.
I was like, I think I could throw a better 20-yard pass.
There was zero spiral left in that thing, dude.
There was nothing left.
I didn't think that would leave. I'm thinking, all right, he already couldn't move. I didn't think he could move at all.
He could never throw a ball either.
Yeah, but dude, it looked shaky, dude.
It looked real bad.
But this is the sign of a guy. Like, I believe if he had a training camp and played like a few weeks, like, preseason games, I think it would have looked a lot different. They threw him right in the fire with zero, they had practice and shit, but like basically zero prep. And you're like, throw a ball after 5 years. I was expecting him to at least put a spiral. Those shits look soft,
that's
he was just throwing
pass
duck
I would
passes.
Throw a fucking 9-year-old kid out in the street.
Oh, for sure.
Catch this.
No zip. No zip on it.
Kind of just lofted it to him. Like,
no zip.
Catch this. Great job, buddy. Like, oh my God, it was so bad. Like, and he just looked so overweight and out of shape too.
Dude, did you see him when he fell and got up?
It took like 3 guys to pull him up. Oh my God, I'm like, damn, dude. I'm not one to talk about being fucking fat and out of shape, because I'm about pounds overweight.
He wasn't in football shape for sure,
He's
but
not even close to football shape.
That was the thing. Like, I'm happy he made it out of the game. He threw a touchdown in an NFL game, so congrats.
Hey, and he's playing.
And he didn't get hurt, and he's playing again. And he's on Monday Night Football. Primetime football. I think he's going to. I'm picking him this week, dude.
You picked him last week.
I did, and I lost.
I'm picking the Colts this week.
Dude, they lost by 2, dude. They could have won that game.
They should have won that game. I kind of caught the tail end of that.
They could have won the game, dude.
And I'm watching this. I'm like he picked fucking Indy, and they might win this game. I'm like, there's no fucking shot. Seattle, who's been dominant, this is the worst game Seattle's played all year too. It is.
They were at home.
They took them lightly and almost lost.
I think they did. That's why I said, man, people are rallying behind Rivers, dude. They want this motherfucker to succeed.
You cannot take teams light in the NFL.
You can't, because look at
stop. With the Bills
this guy came off the couch
because of it.
This guy came off the retirement home, dude, and almost killed him.
The Bills could be 13-1 right now if they stop taking teams lightly. They shouldn't have lost to the Falcons. They shouldn't have lost
Miami.
To Miami. They shouldn't have lost
the Patriots the first game.
Those are the only 3 losses where I say probably should have won those games.
Yeah.
Texans, I give Texans all the credit. That defense was phenomenal. Buffalo had no answers for that defense in the first half or most of the second half either. So I'm saying the Bills should be at least 13-1 right now.
They should be.
And in control of the the bye in the first round of the playoffs, which we said from the beginning that was the number one goal this year, was to get Josh Allen a bye in the first round, because he's never had it. Home field advantage throughout the playoffs. You don't have to worry.
And we don't have
traveling.
Mahomes. We don't have Mahomes this year.
We didn't know that at the beginning. We thought we'd have Mahomes.
I know, but I'm saying now it even makes it hurt even worse.
Yeah.
But no, I don't think anybody thought Denver was going to be as good as they were this year.
I thought they'd be a playoff team again. I thought they'd be another wild card team.
But they're in the same division as Kansas City, so you're not thinking. But that's what I mean. Like you're not thinking they're going to win the division. And now they got a commanding lead, so it's like pretty much
11-2.
They gotta have to lose out, and we have to win out. They have to lose out, and we have to win out.
Yeah,
and then we got the division. And same with we also and
first round bye. We also would need the Broncos
Patriots
to lose out, and the Patriots to lose 2 of 3.
That's so hard.
It is,
and that's not happening. But I'm fine. So here's the thing: I'm fine with us not getting a first round bye and getting ultimate home field position. But I'm also fine with us playing on the road and not being Kansas City or Cincinnati. I think that's still like, look at, you got to buckle down. Coaching needs to step their game up. I think Josh is going to play fine. I'm never going to be worried about him.
I would just love, and I'm speaking obviously as a Bills fan here, the final year of Highmark Stadium.
That's what I mean. Like it's
Ralph, whatever you want to call it.
It's written up, dude. Like this is it.
It would have been written in the fucking stars. The NFL could not have scripted it better for the Bills to get home field advantage throughout the playoffs and get to the Super Bowl, their last season with Ralph Wilson Stadium, the rich, whatever you want to call it. The Highmark Stadium, ain't nobody calling it Highmark. It's always going to be the Ralph to our generation, and to your parents' generation, it's always going to be the rich. You know what I mean?
I do.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Yeah. No, I get it. But I said the same thing. I'm like, this is it. The final year. Let's make a push here. Like it kind of like the story makes sense for it. Just when they do the fucking 60 for 60, or if I don't even know if they do that anymore. 30 for 30.
You're thinking of 60 minutes.
The 60 for 30, whatever numbers they got going on. Yeah. They're going to write about this, and they're going to put the movie out there, the Netflix special, whatever. It makes sense that this is the year.
Could be, but we need a lot of help, and we didn't want that. We wanted to control everything.
Even if we don't win the division, I still think we got a good shot at it. Like just who's in it?
A very good shot. Out of the quarterbacks,
don't take the teams lightly. Just play like you're playing the fucking Chiefs. Play like you're playing the Bengals.
Yeah.
Like
don't play down to your opponents.
You can't do it, and I don't think Josh wants to do that. And that I think look at the team's got to be healthy. We cannot lose. Like we can't lose a Benford. We can't lose a Shakir. We can't lose. We definitely can't lose a Cook. Like you can't lose key pieces, obviously. So stay from this point on as healthy as you can, and I think the Bills have a good chance going into the playoffs.
No, you're right.
But perhaps the biggest news last Sunday came on the Kansas City Chiefs versus the Los Angeles Chargers game. Chargers sneaking out the 16-13 victory over their divisional rival. The story, though, was quarterback Patrick Mahomes getting injured on the last drive of the game. It looked bad when it happened, but then it was confirmed torn ACL. He'll miss the rest of this season, probably halfway through next season. Is the Chiefs dynasty over? Are we done now? Can we pack it up?
No,
can we go ahead and go?
So
yeah, shit's over.
it's funny because right now he's on. What are you doing?
Dropping pens.
Dude, you're worse than my child. So he's on pace with Tom Brady with the amount of Super Bowls in his first 7 years in the league, yada yada yada.
Okay.
And Tom Brady had 3 separate Hall of Fame careers. The 10 years after his first 3 Super Bowls was another Hall of Fame career. He went 0-2 for Super Bowls, but he had 3 MVP seasons. So it's not like Patrick, it's probably going to be a little bit of a reset next year because of the Mahomes injury. But I've already seen Adam Schefter tweet. He tore his, ACL and LCL. And based off of previous recoveries from other athletes coming back from those injuries, he's on track to come back September 15th. That's like week 3. So he's not even going to miss that much time. And depending on what they do at quarterback next year, because obviously Gardner Minshew, I don't think is going to leave.
I think they'll find somebody
Travis
else.
Kelce might end up retiring.
He's definitely retiring.
Well, there's no definite.
No, he's definitely retiring.
Okay.
He said he's retiring.
He didn't say he's retiring.
I think he said he's retiring.
No, look it up, Jamie.
Cody, look that up. I think he is retiring, though.
I haven't heard anything about him retiring. I think that'd be bigger news, especially because I think
it was earlier in the season. I think he's like, this is my last year. I think he said that early in the season. Obviously, he's not saying that week 16. I think it would have been a bigger
deal throughout the entire season.
It was a big deal.
If we knew this was Kelsey's.
I knew it.
They would have made a thing.
I made a thing.
Kelsey retirement.
Yeah, I just said that. Like, it's a thing. All right, anyways.
I think you're wrong. But I'm just saying, I don't think we've seen the end of the Chiefs, quote-unquote, dynasty. Yeah, they've been dominant. This is the first time they haven't made playoffs in 10 years. This is the first time in Patrick Mahomes' career he's not going to play in an AFC championship game, which is fucking wild to think about, that you've been in the league for 8 years and been in the AFC championship.
It's nutty.
It's insane. That's the best start you could have to your fucking career. 3 Super Bowl wins, 5 Super Bowl appearances, 8 AFC championship games in 8 seasons.
Yeah, that's a lot.
As a starter.
So let's say Kelsey doesn't come back next year. Is the dynasty over?
Cody, shut up.
What's he saying?
No, I'm not reading that comment.
Oh boy.
It's dumb.
What's it about?
Don't worry about it.
Oh boy.
Go ahead what you're saying.
Oh boy.
Cody's just a fucking moron sometimes. We're talking ACL and LCL. Cody wants to know about his DSL.
Oh geez. Yeah. Well, I mean, Cody loves a little pair of DSLs, dude. Mm-hmm. He does, especially on Mahomes. He does like it.
With the frog here.
No, so I think if Mahomes isn't playing, even give him the first, I don't think it'll be 3 weeks, dude. I think it'll be longer than that.
I think so too. But I'm just saying, like,
I'll be comfortable. I'll just give the normal is like, we'll be back at the same time next year. Like, that's realistically it. But even if you give him half a season, let's just say half a season goes by. I don't know who the quarterback is. Kelsey's not there, or if he's there, he didn't do shit this year. With Mahomes, what's he going to do next year? The running back situation's still up in the air. Receiver situation's still up in the air. The offensive line, besides their center, is up in the air. Their defense is still their best part of that team. You got Andy Reid, great. I think now they're going to be the number 2 team in that division, dude. Like
Chargers, Broncos.
I think, yeah, they'll fight for the Chargers. The Broncos, especially after what I saw this year, the defense is there. You got the quarterback. The receiving core is good enough. I think they could use better. I think it sucks because I wanted to get Cortland Sutton before they started winning games, and now they're winning games. I don't think he wants to leave anymore, right? Or he doesn't want to leave even. They got the running back situation. I think Harvey will be a good future back for them.
When he's healthy, he's very good.
Yeah, he's fine. And you got the coach. You got Peyton.
You got a Hall of Fame coach, Sean Payton.
So I think that is the division leader going into next year. But as far as the dynasty being done, I'm going to say it is. I don't think they can bounce back from this. I think they can make playoffs, but I don't think they're ever going to be a true threat now because and this is just my speculation, I don't think Mahomes will be the same quarterback now.
No, and that
part of that is, hold on, is that he uses his legs a lot, dude.
That's exactly what I was
and
gonna
you
say.
can There's been a lot of times where we get burned and other teams get burned because nobody respects him on the run game. He's had multiple years. I had him in fantasy this year, and he's had multiple games with like 40 plus yards rushing, and you're like, 40 yards? Yes, he can run that.
Yeah,
he does that shit. He'll be a pocket passer only next year, and whether or not that makes it worse, you're going to be able to game plan for a little bit more. He's not going to get you on those sporadic third and longs where you don't think he's going to run. He takes off.
And we'll see, because obviously, comparing him to Adrian Peterson, that's tough, because Adrian Peterson's a fucking freak when it comes to recovering from an ACL. That dude came back after 9 months, and that was unheard of at that time.
Nobody's doing that ever again. Nobody's doing that again.
And that dude then ran for 2,000 yards after that. Like, that's never going to happen again. But people are comparing Patrick Mahomes, because Patrick Mahomes went into his 8th season, and then, Tom Brady went into his 8th season, tore his ACL, and then came back and had another Super Bowl fucking, like...
Hold on. But Tom was always a pure passer, so... All right, go ahead.
That's what I'm saying. People are comparing it to Tom, but you can't compare the two, because Tom was a pocket passer only. That dude might have had 20 rushing yards his entire career.
That's a good stat.
And then Patrick Mahomes uses his legs more. So Patrick Mahomes relies on being able to escape from the pocket to extend plays. If he can't do that after a reconstructed ACL, or he's more limited, like you said, you can game plan against that more, and you can game plan against the Chiefs offense a lot better. They're not going to be as good. So we'll see what type of... But I also have faith in Patrick Mahomes being able to... I hate saying this because I'm sick of the Bills losing to them, but I also think that he's a good enough quarterback that if he has to become a pocket quarterback, he's going to become a pocket quarterback, and he's going to become good at it.
Yeah.
That's all I'm trying to get at with that.
I get it.
I just don't think that dynasty. I don't want
to take that away either. I agree with you. I don't think it is, but I do think it is, because I think part of his game is that rushing ability, and I'm factoring not just him, but I'm factoring in the team is going to be different around him. Now, They could totally go out and get like an AJ Brown, and then I might be wrong.
They just need to upgrade that offensive line.
They can go out and get an offensive line piece. They can go get some receivers. They could replace Kelsey with a young guy in the draft, and he turns out to be Kelsey Jr. There's a lot of things, but from this point, from where we're at now, if you ask me, next year, I'm going to say they're going to be third in that division. And I don't think they make playoffs. But that doesn't mean they go out and just get the pieces that they need. It could happen. Obviously, anything could happen. They could win the division again. The likelihood, though, I say is no. I say it's probably Denver, Chargers, and then them.
The reason that would happen is, obviously, before, if we want to compare it to Tom Brady and the Patriots again, is Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs will have competition with the Broncos and the Chargers. Back in the Tom Brady days, they didn't have competition. Miami was never good. The Jets were never good. The Bills were never good the entire time that the Patriots dynasty was going on. Realistically, the Bills, they stuck into a wild card spot here and there, but they went almost 2 damn decades, without making playoffs. They went 17 years.
Yeah.
We laugh at the Jets. Everybody loves to laugh at it's been 15 years for the Jets.
They're bad, dude.
The Bills went through 17 years, so hard to laugh at a team that hasn't done it as long as you have. And we also have the Buffalo Sabres, who are pushing towards 15 years themselves to tie the Jets with the franchises with the most losing seasons without making playoffs. So it's like pump the brakes a little bit when you want to talk about making playoffs, not making playoffs, and shit like that.
It's tough.
But back to my point, the reason I could see the dynasty being over is because of the competition the Chiefs are going to have in their own division compared to the Patriots and Tom Brady back in the 2000s when they didn't have anybody to compete against.
Yeah.
They owned everybody. Tom Brady went 38-3, I think, against the Bills.
We rooted against the Patriots all those years. We're obviously going to root against the Chiefs going forward. And I think most of the nation is like that. A lot of people hate it. It wasn't just Bills fans that hated the Patriots. Everybody hated the Patriots when they were winning. everybody hates the Chiefs now that they're winning. So I don't think that's going to change either. I just think that as quarterback play goes, it's going to be different for him, especially that first year back. Now, I'm not going to say, like, look, he makes it through next year, no injuries and everything. He'll be fine future. I think Mahomes still got just as much left in the tank as Allen does.
Yeah.
Throwing ability. The legs might not be the same ever, but if you get the guy weapons, I think obviously the brain's there, everything's there. He didn't get concussed. He's not like, you know what I mean?
They're going to have to change everything.
They're going to be changing like the schema. But they were trying to do that, I think, this year, and it didn't work out. They brought some pieces in. Dude, Worthy got hurt early in the year, dude. Like, the running back was weird, dude. They don't have a guy that they can rely on anymore. I thought
Pacheco was going to be a guy. I thought he was going to be
he does dumb shit, dude. He runs angry. He runs right into a guy instead of hitting the hole. That's why, like, when you watch James Cook and how patient he is, the patient running backs are fun to watch. What?
We have the same case.
No, we don't.
Speaking?
I know.
Yeah.
You told me about the case. Yeah, I know. That's why I got it.
Sorry. I got distracted. I saw your
shout out to Jeff for getting me the same case, dude. He said, "Hey, I got the Spigen case." I looked it up. I got the same one. No, I mean, I thought Pacheco would have been something, and then I saw him just run into people on purpose and try to bulldoze them, which is cool. But when you watch somebody like James Cook and he's patient, and you're like, this is how, like, this is a smart running back. He waits. Le'Veon Bell was the best at doing this, where he sits and waits and then hits the hole. You don't just get the ball to start running. Like, you can't do that. Like, you can't.
Speaking of running angry, Jackson Dart is going to have a 5-year career. That dude has been in the blue tent in more games than he's fucking started for concussions.
It's the Jackson Dart tent.
Bro, it might as well be the Jackson Dart 10 at this point, because that dude literally takes contact for no fucking reason. When your team is 2-12 and you're gonna have a first round pick, the way you played, you've cemented yourself as the quarterback of the future for now. Don't take dumb fucking moves. I understand. I saw his press conferences. I want to show the guys I'm tall. Blah 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 blah. Like, you don't need to do that. You're the fucking quarterback. You're going to make a shit ton of money. No. If you just play smart, you're going to get Cam Scatterbo back next year, who's going to do all that shit for you. You're going to get Malik Neighbors back next year.
Dude.
Who's going to fucking
that
help
team
you.
With him healthy and
the
Malik.
Offensive line this year, too. Like, the Giants are going to be no joke next year.
With a new head coach, though?
With a new head coach, too. And, well, they already said they're keeping Joe Shane. So, no new GM until at least next year. Defense
is middle of the pack, but, like, they're going to be something special, I think, next year. I think they're going to surprise some teams. But also, can Jaden Daniels snap back into it, too? Because this is that sophomore slump that I knew was going to happen. Yep. And that's why I bet against him. I bet against him.
I bet against the season, I said, hey, I don't think...
No, you can't predict injuries, but I realistically
I just said they weren't going to make the playoffs because they won 7 of their last 8 games last year by single digits. And that reminded me of the Vikings a couple of years ago when they went 13-3 or 13-4 or 14-3, and 13 of their games they won all of their single-digit games. I'm like, okay, that's not sustainable. You're frauds. And then they lost to the fucking Daniel Jones-led Giants after they fucking beat the Bills before Christmas.
The thing is, like, that division could turn out to be another one of these divisions, like the Tampa Bay Bucks and the Browns, where everybody gets close, because I don't know about the Eagles, dude. I think that kind of fell. That window is done now.
They're in a what's going on? They have an identity.
But yes, that is true.
Because Saquon Barkley was the fucking man last year. The defense was phenomenal. Saquon Barkley did run for almost 2,000 yards.
He did. He almost broke the record.
Almost broke the record. And then won the Super Bowl because of that. And then all of a sudden, A.J. Brown this year is like, well, I'm not getting my targets. And then all of a sudden, they're like, Jalen Hurts, who isn't known to be a consistent throwing quarterback, has to be a consistent throwing quarterback because of A.J. Brown being a diva. And then all of a sudden, the Eagles look like absolute shit when they have to rely on A.J. Brown. But you never hear anything
about who's leading that division? It's the
Eagles.
Eagles?
Yeah, because
so they'll make the playoffs.
6-7-1.
So here's my thing with the Eagles. they've been this whole year saving Saquon till playoffs. I think they've been playing it safe because there's no reason why you have had the drop off in usage other than you don't want to hurt them. I get it.
But they're losing bad games.
They're losing bad games, but they're still in the lead of the division. So it's like you look back at it and you're like, they obviously could have won like 3 more games and been killing it and clinched and whatever. They're losing bad games, but I think in their mind, as long as we have a lead and we're close, we're going to wait. Because this last game was Saquon's best game of the year. And I think next game, he'll be even more involved. And as long as they clinch that playoff, once they hit the playoffs, it's just Saquon time. Because they don't want this guy to get hurt because they realize he is the most valuable player on that team. It's not Jalen Hurts. It's not A.J. Brown. It's not Smith. It's not even the defense. It's not them. It's Saquon Barkley. And who is, I'd say McCaffrey, when healthy, is the best. Gibbs is up there. But, dude, and so is Henry, even at his age, is up there. But I think Saquon is tied with 1 or 2. Like, when healthy and available and utilized right, he is like the first or second best running back because he does everything. And I just think he's a bigger Gibbs. He's a bigger Gibbs. Yeah, he's a more powerful Gibbs. He's got age on Gibbs. I get it. He's got more miles than him. So as a Philadelphia Eagles fan, you're like, I don't want to risk this guy because he goes down. We're not going to be we're not going to be the Giants. We're not going to be a team that fucks up and loses the best player in the league almost because we overutilized him. And they're like, we got enough talent. We have Hurts. We could push our fucking way to the Super Bowl if we want. They're like, we're going to save this guy's legs until we really need him. And I think that's exactly what they're doing.
And the Eagles finally utilized the fucking fake tush push and fucking.
That's the best play in football. Bro, the fake tush push.
Right there, fake tush push, and it shouldn't have been the Eagles that were doing that. When I saw that, I was like, finally they fucking figured it out. They don't have to do that, dude, because they were getting too predictable. And it's like, okay, everybody knows you're going to do this. Throw them off and don't. I think you said it too. Throw them off and do a fucking fake tush push
all the time.
Toss the bucket back
the best play. That's the best play in the NFL.
You got one of the best running backs in the league. It's not like you got some fucking bum.
Even with a bum, they could do it because they're so effective with the tush push. And now they're banning this shit next year. They're banning it. I'm on that. I'm on that. They're banning it.
Yeah, I said that.
And it's not because it can't be stopped. It's because of how many times refs have missed calls. They can't
officiate it. Is what their quote is. Literally, we can't officiate it. But if you fucking watch, I'm watching from the naked eye on the TV, and I'm seeing 2 guys on fucking the Eagles move forward before the ball is hit, like offside, throw the flag, and the refs are just like, I didn't see it.
And this is why I think challenges should be utilized towards penalties or non-calls because
that's a good callback on that.
Look, you can use your instant replay shit or whatever it's called for everything else, and then when shit like that happens, get ready to start causing. And I guarantee, here's the thing, and it becomes a mental note for the refs too, because as a referee, let's say you missed a call and they challenge it and it gets overturned, and the same call comes up later in the game and you challenge it and it gets overturned. Now as a ref, you're like, I got to start looking for this because I don't want to be like, I can't be missing penalties. Right. So I think mentally it would help the referees pay more attention to something that might be getting overlooked in games or whatever. That's a whole different thing. But yeah, I mean, that's the whole thing with the Eagles. I think they're just saving Saquon at this point. I don't know.
That was a very long.
It was. We started with the Chiefs and ACLs and DSLs, and
then somehow got into the fucking tush push.
We're on it. All right, let's move on here.
We should be on the pick'ems by now.
We're going to the pick'ems.
I did want to talk a little bit of Sabres.
We'll talk Sabres. Let's go through the pick'ems. We'll try to go quick if we can. I'm going to recap last week here. Jeff took a 1-point lead on me here. I went 9-7. I gave you a point too. I gave you your bet last week. No, not even that. No, you beat me on the actual record. I went 9-7. You went 10-6. We both got these right.
You should have gotten your pick wrong because I gave you that one. You picked 2. You picked the most obvious one.
Go back and listen to the podcast. I picked 1.
I don't ever listen to podcasts. I don't like the sound of my voice recorded. So
I'm just saying. All right, let's get into this week's pick'ems here. We're starting off. We got Saturday games, boys and girls.
Oh, shit, that's right. We're at that time of year.
I didn't even realize either. I was excited when I saw that. I was excited when I saw that.
Oh, yeah.
All right, Thursday night football tomorrow night. Rams, Seahawks. This is a huge – this could be game of the week already leading off next week. Rams at the Seahawks. Divisional game. I think this is for first place, if I'm not mistaken.
For first place and the division. So not only is it the first round bye for playoffs, it's also for their division. It's crazy that you could potentially either win your division and be,
I'm letting you go first on this one, by the way.
Okay, I'm going to take Seattle because of the injuries on the Rams.
I'm going Seattle as well.
Okay.
I want to pick the Rams, but I'm also kind of fading them off of last week's performance. No Devontae Adams.
Give me a fucking dead. That's why I said Devontae Adams is already doubtful at this point. I got a pen that works now. We'll throw that one in the trash after. No Devontae Adams. That kind of makes them. They only have one wide receiver to throw to, and Puka Nacua. I know they got the tight ends and stuff too, and Kyron Williams. They got a good, but Devontae Adams really set that offense to a whole nother level this year.
Yeah,
and I think without him, the Rams are more one-dimensional offensively when throwing the ball. And I think with how good Seattle's defense is this year, I think they're going to be able to lock in.
Was he hurt last week too?
He got hurt last week.
Okay.
So
I'm just fading, like, they had, 40-something points last week, and then Seattle didn't score a touchdown. I think Seattle bounces back off of that. That's why I'm picking them.
Yeah.
They can't go 2 weeks in a row without scoring
They could. This is a huge test for Sam Darnold because he did the same thing last year. Week 18, he threw a fucking dud up against the Lions, and then...
Good thing this is week 16.
Well, I'm saying, but he did it last year. End of the season, threw 2 duds in a row between the end of the season and the wild card round, which cost him a shit ton of money in Minnesota. I think if they win that game, I think they win the wild card game last year. I think Sam Darnold stays in Minnesota and gets paid a lot more than what he got in Seattle.
Saturday games kicking off here at 5 p.m. I love this. Philly at Washington, divisional game. We got some divisional games up on the board here. I'm taking Philly on the road, kind of just what I reiterated this last 10 minutes here. They're saving Saquon. They're saving this push for the end here. Washington did get a win last week, which was surprising over the Giants. We both picked... No, I picked Washington. You picked the Giants, actually.
Yeah, I thought for some... there was just something that made me want to pick the Giants with Jackson Dart and Washington not being as good, even with Jaden Daniels. And then he got hurt again, so they shut him down. I'm going Philly on this one.
Yeah, Philly on this one. Green Bay at Chicago, divisional game. This one actually it was a little harder. It's a 1.5 line here, so definitely like a pick 'em.
I might just be getting home from the Sabres game at that time.
8:20.
There's a 5 o'clock Sabres game on Saturday too.
Who they play?
Couldn't tell you.
You're going?
Yeah, I have the tickets for Saturday.
So. I'm going to go Green Bay on this. I got to stick with a better team. I just got to.
I'm going to go Chicago on this one. Right. I know it's controversial, but Chicago actually looks really good. They're getting the most out. I already drawn a blank on the head coach. Ben Johnson, I think, is probably going to be coach of the year this year. He's turned that team from a 4-win team into almost a 12-win team already. Tripled their wins, making Caleb Williams borderline MVP candidate. I know there's a lot more quarterbacks that have better MVP numbers, but I think Caleb Williams has actually looked very good thanks to Ben Johnson. I'm going to go with Chicago because they're the home team. And if Green Bay was home with this
I could see it. It's a pick 'em though.
It is a pick 'em. It's like flip a coin. I'm just going to go with the home team in this one.
I gotcha. Obviously kicking off our Sunday games here. Bills, Cleveland. We're going Bills on this one.
Did you ever buy your tickets for that game?
They skyrocketed in price.
Did they? Because I know you're the 500 level with $50 or something like that. You said
it went up to like 100.
Oh God.
Well, no, it was like 80s, and then I can get like actually 300 levels were like 250.
No.
Some of the 100 levels, if you go corner of the end zone, were 150, so it went back down in price. But you're like cornerish a little bit.
Yeah.
It just wasn't worth it, dude. Like I thought they would have been $50 tickets.
So whenever you're deciding on tickets, and this is for everybody too, go to Google it. I think it's called View of My Seat.
I've seen that.
You can
see the actual seat.
If you have like, okay, these tickets are available, let me go see the view.
You can see the actual view.
Whatever your view is. That's what I did when I went to Madison Square Garden the last couple of years for Dave Matthews Band. It was like, okay, well, these tickets are available. Let me see my actual view.
Yep. I've done that before. I've done that for baseball games.
The one said it was like limited view or whatever, and I picked up the fucking I pulled up the picture of our actual seats. Somebody posted a picture. I'm like, yeah, it's side of stage, so you're not looking at them, you're looking at the side of them. I'm like, but I'm like, I'm 150 feet from the fucking stage, and like, yeah, I'll take that. The sound in MSG, the sound's incredible.
Yeah. Chargers at the Cowboys, 1 p.m. Dallas is favored in this one.
I don't know.
That's a tough one, man.
See, I thought
Pick 'em almost.
What?
It's almost a pick 'em, 2.5.
It almost says 2, yeah. But it's Dallas. I thought should have won last week. The Chargers are just so banged up. It's hard to pick. It's hard to pick them. I think it's almost at this point their season's kind of over. I'm gonna go with
I'm going Dallas.
I was gonna say I want to go Dallas because they're home. They're supposed to have a good home record. Last time I said that they got fucking smoked. And then the Chargers, like I gotta go Dallas because at this point they're the healthier team. The Chargers' offensive line is horrible.
Yeah, that's bad. That's bad. Kansas City at Tennessee. This is the Mahomes-less Chiefs here. Now look at
this. Might be a Tennessee win here.
I can't do it. I gotta go Chiefs still with Gardner.
Tennessee.
I gotta go Chiefs still, dude.
Bro, I don't know what Gardner Minshew's gonna do.
I don't either.
Whenever he gets but Gardner Minshew's usually good coming out as a backup into a starting role. So maybe this is the same type of thing. But we already know he's going to be the starter. It's not like a fluke.
I don't want to fade coaching right now. I can't fade Andy Reid over this. I would have picked them almost over Emery, almost any team.
Look what they were before the injury, though. They were what 7-7 or 6-7 or some shit before.
Yeah, but
he got hurt. The team, even with the coach, they weren't that good.
Yeah, but this team is so bad, dude. That's why I'm saying, like, if this was Dallas again, like I'm picking Dallas. You know, if this is even Chicago, I'm picking Chicago over them. It's just tight.
I already circled Tennessee. I'm going to stick with it, but you would have talked me out of picking Tennessee.
You're taking Tennessee?
I already circled.
That's a wild pick.
I'm not going to change it.
I love it. Cincy at Miami. I'm going to take my. I kind of want to take Miami, just because I think the Bengals came out flat though, dude. I think. Does Zach Taylor get him in shape here for this game? Like, does he whip him up? Like, you can't get blanked and then lose a game.
Also, no Tua. He got benched.
Yeah, I'm going Cincy.
Quinn Ewers is the quarterback.
I'm going Cincy.
Also, at the same time, what is Cincy going to do? Why are you playing Joe Burrow?
No, you're playing Joe Burrow. I think.
Why would you
don't matter because you are. No, you're playing him.
Shut him down.
You're playing him.
He's still not 100% healthy.
All right, Joe Flacco's still on playing him.
Okay.
They're still beating him.
What? I forgot about Joe Flacco.
You're still winning. I just think that at this point, I forgot about the Miami quarterback thing.
Yeah.
My whole thing is, here's the fade positions. Like, we didn't make playoffs. What do we have to play for? But also Zach Taylor, listening to the press conference.
He's
look at you literally. Yes, you are. You're. Hey, look, we got blanked last week. We lost the playoffs. We're fucking winning this game. We are not.
Have to win.
You have to.
I think Zach Taylor's playing for.
It's Cincy. It's Cincy.
Yeah.
It's Cincy.
Yeah, you
that's easy money
too.
And guess what? Cincy minus 5.5. That's hard. So I think next year we're going to start doing spreads. We're going to make it interesting with spreads. I think next year.
So we start betting spreads.
Yeah, because
it
is a little easier to bet straights, but because you can almost take home teams a lot of the time.
Yeah.
It gets challenging when spreads get in the mix here, like Buffalo minus 10. Yeah, we should win, but that's like the line I'm thinking we should be at. So, like, I don't know anymore. Do we do Cleveland plus 10? Maybe.
Yeah.
In the snow? Maybe. Jets at the Saints. Give me the Saints, baby.
Man, we just talked about it. We gotta pick the Saints again. We said unless they're playing, especially if they're playing the fucking Raiders, but this might as well be the Raiders of the fucking East.
We fade the Jets
the New
now.
York Raiders at this point.
We fade the Jets now because next week New England will lose to them.
Okay, well, that's wishful thinking. I'm hoping in my head, I'm seeing the Patriots lose to the Ravens this week,
and then the Dolphins week,
and then the Dolphins week 18. I don't think they lose to the Jets.
They might not, but we could fade them now and then win later.
I'm fine with that.
All right,
I'm fine with that. I'm not fading them this week. I'm picking Baltimore.
Let's go Minnesota at the Giants.
Which fucking Minnesota team are we going to get? They're the first team in history.
Minnesota's favored
to get shut out. And then come back the following week and shut out another team.
Is Dart playing? Is Dart playing?
Probably, but I don't know if it matters at this point. He's got no running back game. He's got nobody to fucking throw to. The team might as well shut him down.
Give me New York. You talked me into
I'm
it.
taking Minnesota. I have to take Minnesota.
And you were talking him down. I was like, let me get this.
That's fine.
Here's the thing. They're home.
I don't know.
They're home.
I don't know if Dart's playing though.
They're home.
I think he's in concussion protocol.
Guess what? Jameis Winston's definitely winning the game, baby.
God, I forgot.
Jameis Winston's definitely winning the game then.
Jameis.
We don't fade Jameis, dude. That man's catching touchdown passes.
I already circled my
I pick Jameis every time. Especially against his fucking shit Minnesota team, dude. Get out of here. On the road? JJ on the road in the cold?
That's right.
They play in a dome? Oh, you fucked this one up. I got this. This is a lock. Tampa at Carolina. This is a game, dude. This is honestly probably the second best game on the schedule, and Carolina. Nobody would have ever said that. Now look at this for the division. It's literally for the division. It is. They're tied. They're tied.
They play each other twice over the next 3 weeks. So Carolina's home this
I know.
week.
So right now it's for the right now it's for the division.
Carolina's got a tougher week 17 opponent. Tampa Bay's got an
Tampa's
easier
minus
week
3.5. -3.
I'm taking Carolina just because they're home.
This is
Carolina's
crazy.
been good at home.
So
at one point, Carolina was 8-0 at home this year, or not? Oh, they can't be. Like 5-0 or 6-0 at home this year.
now you give me the spread, I take that all day. But straight up, I still want to take them as well, dude. Like on the line, divisional favorite. Here's the thing, though. Now you look at Carolina losing to the Saints, divisional opponent. Tampa losing to Atlanta, divisional opponent. Both coming off of losses and close losses.
Yeah.
I think Tampa's loss was worse. I'm gonna get Tampa on this one.
Okay.
I really think. Look, I want to root for Carolina because but I think
great story.
I think the talent on Tampa. Look at Mike Evans, who was questionable this week again. He went back into questionable. The talent's far superior. You got everybody back.
Right.
I think the coaching goes, you guys fucked this shit up last week. It's a bounce back position, just like who were we just talking about? Cincinnati. It's a bounce back.
Also, we talked about Seattle as well. So here's the thing that I'm looking at too, though. Carolina is a much better team. I also said last year Carolina had an opportunity. They played Atlanta and Tampa Bay their last 2 games last year, and I said Carolina's going to fuck somebody over. And I said, you know what? It's going to be Atlanta week 18. And
I'll wait for that 18. I'll wait for that 18. I think.
But I think Tampa Bay being home week 18, I think Tampa Bay wins.
I'm so mad, dude. I wanted to bet them to make the playoffs, but the odds were so bad this year for Carolina. I was like. It was like
so every year.
It was like minus 105 or plus 105. It was like 50-50 basically.
I'm pretty sure, and I'll have to look it up. Every year for the last 34 years, and I think this will be another year. There's at least 4 new teams in the playoffs. The 49ers are one this year. I think Seattle's won this year. We're already looking at 4 new teams in playoffs this year. It's
Carolina probably.
Carolina could. Chicago is already going to be one of them. Chicago went from first place last week.
Jacksonville.
Yeah, we're already at 4. So yeah,
Indy.
We're already there. But it's Chicago that I think
the Texans. The Texans
made playoffs last year, didn't they?
I don't
was
think
that 2
they
years
did.
ago? That was 2 years ago.
No, who won that division?
I thought it was the Texans.
Maybe it was the Texans.
Yeah, I think it was. No. It wasn't Jacksonville.
What's that division? What's the third team we're forgetting in that?
It's Jacksonville.
Titans. Titans
Titans ain't gonna win that division.
Yeah, you're right. They're not winning that anytime soon. Speaking of Jacksonville, at Denver. Denver's -3. I mean, at some point, I want to fade them, but I can't.
At some point, the win streak's got to end, though. Do they really finish out 14?
I can't fade this team, dude. Look at those tickets, 250, 225. I can't fade this fucking team. Hold on, I gotta see the Bills tickets.
$52.
No, they're
not. That's that 300 level.
No, that's at 500 level.
500 level.
In the corner of the ends.
Yeah, you can bring your fucking binoculars.
Yeah.
You'd be staring
at
you be watching on your fucking phone.
That Saints one. The Saints game for $14 is all.
Let's go to New Orleans real quick. It's a
dude, honestly,
I'd love to go to New Orleans.
Dude, that would be sick. Go down there for the day. We could fly there and fly back.
Yeah,
You just can't get. You can't get. Yeah, I'll pay for my ticket. I'll pay for my ticket.
Okay, I ain't fucking paying for my ticket.
Hey, $14.
Sunday before Christmas.
$14, dude.
Dude, the airline alone would fucking be $600-$700.
I'll look him up.
Look him up.
Give me Denver. Cody's dead somewhere, dude. He's doing
I'm taking
laundry,
Denver
dude.
as well because they're home.
I can't fade that.
If Jacksonville was home, I think I'd go Jacksonville.
It honestly would be a lot closer.
But Denver looks so good. Their defense is phenomenal. Actually, Bo Nix, that offense has probably looked the best as it did last week, too. But Jacksonville, same thing. Jacksonville, Trevor Lawrence, we didn't talk about him this week. Trevor Lawrence probably had the game of his career in any level, high school, college, or professional.
No, that was a game.
He had 6 total touchdowns, 5 passing. And you want to talk...
That was a game.
What's his name? Not Shane Steichen. The Fox, Jacksonville's coach.
Oh, Liam
Cohen.
Yeah.
Duval. Like that dude's actually like when I saw that hire, I was like, I don't know. No, I'm just like, okay, that dude I think knows what he's doing. You know, he rejuvenated Baker's career.
He did
really good with the running backs in Tampa last year. And then all of a sudden he comes to Jacksonville. It's the same thing. It's like, wow, okay.
Yeah, he's changing the culture. And you need a guy that changes the culture.
Duval.
That's it.
Yeah.
Atlanta at Arizona. Speaking of $14 games, give me Arizona at home, dude. I'm taking it.
I'm gonna go Atlanta.
I'm taking. I know you're gonna fade Arizona.
I'm taking.
Guess what? Jacoby Brissett.
You're getting squirrely with
no
the picks.
Jacoby Brissett.
Down one. You're getting.
I know. I need the wins.
You want a fun stat? You're gonna get it because we're just talking about him. The only quarterback to have 20 plus fantasy points against the Houston Texans defense this year.
It's Jacoby Brissett.
Yeah. You didn't know that.
Dude, he's been on fire.
Bro, he's been so good. I picked him up in a couple
I know
weeks.
You did.
Yeah.
You don't deserve that guy. I needed that guy.
I needed him when I was trying to get into playoffs 5 weeks ago when Jackson Dart was hurt, when fucking Caleb Williams was fucking dog shit, when fucking dude, I've not had good. No, I had JJ McCarthy this year because I tried to fucking pair
This is
him
why I
up
don't
with,
pick rookies, dude.
with Justin Jefferson,
Except for Tyler Warren, who now is dog shit because Daniel Jones is out. But I digress. Pittsburgh at Detroit.
I love how we said we were going to do this kind of quick.
Yeah,
it's been almost 20 minutes.
Give me Detroit.
Yeah, I'm taking Detroit. As
I don't have to say anything there. Vegas, Houston. Yeah,
another
quick one. Sunday Night Football. This is a good game here. Patriots at Baltimore. Now I know we both want Baltimore to win this game, and realistically, I'm picking Baltimore because they're home.
Yeah, I dude, it depends on what Baltimore team you get because 2 weeks ago they looked like absolute dog shit, and then they come out and blank their.
Here's the thing: they're playing. Rival. They're also playing for the division too. So I think a home game, also playing for the division, like that leads up to it. And who would you circle there at the end? San Fran.
Oh, San Francisco.
Oh, give me Indy, baby. Give me
back to back Indy.
Give me Indy again, baby. Phillip Rivers at home. The crowd's gonna be behind him. This fucking San Fran team is gonna come into the fucking Indianapolis and go, "What the hell's going on here? This old fucking grandpa's throwing touchdown passes against us." Shout out to Juwan Jennings, by the way, who I haven't played in weeks. I haven't played in weeks. He's got like a touchdown the last 3 weeks, dude. I haven't played him in weeks. He's been balling out. Ricky Pearsall's just a decoy. Juwan Jennings, the number one on the team. Brandon Ayuk is a fake. They literally, like, the San Fran they found something here. They got some momentum too. Indianapolis, dude. I'm not fading the story. Give me Indy at home.
Our Jamie looked it up. $500 flights to New Orleans. Yeah.
Right now, I leave tomorrow or
tomorrow. I got shit to do tomorrow.
When do I have to leave? What flights are these? I don't know.
I don't know, man. I want a Sunday to Sunday. I want to leave at like 6 a.m. Sunday.
No, we're not doing Sunday. We're doing Saturday to Sunday.
Saturday, yeah.
Or no, we can do even Sunday to Monday. I'd rather do that because we're going to be hungover.
Morning.
But we're going to be hungover though. Do Sunday to Monday, dude. Got to do Sunday to Monday.
No, I'm not spending $500 the Sunday before Christmas to fly down to fucking New Orleans.
It's not $500. We don't even know what those dates are.
Cody just said $500 flights.
Yeah, but we
to
don't.
New Orleans.
Cody doesn't look up dates.
Cody,
this dude's looking up January or something, dude.
Yeah, give or take, depending on times. This Sunday, he said. This Sunday.
Spirit Airlines. What do we got on Spirit Airlines?
I will never go.
Jeff will go in the glove compartment or whatever it's called, the baggage thing.
Glove compartment?
Yeah, do that thing.
Dude. The fucking carry-on, dude? Hell no. You got your goddamn rocket.
All right, let's move on here. We're almost done, guys.
That's for tomorrow, and then we're going to talk a little bit of Savers. Almost a 2-hour podcast. I don't think we've done that this year yet.
No, this is the longest one. So real quick, the bets. I'm gonna hit up Jackson Smith and the Jigba over 89.5 receiving yards against the Rams. Rams have a better run defense than they do pass defense. Smith the Jigba has been averaging like 110 yards a game.
Yeah,
this is under his average. I think he gets the big plays. The catches were at 7. I was leaning on that too, but I just went with the total yards. Give me 90 yards from JSN.
Yeah, and I'm going Puka Nacua over 7.5 receptions, especially with no Devontae Adams.
Oh, yeah.
He's going to be one of the main targets. That dude could probably finish with
That's his line with him, too, sometimes. Like, he's usually 6'7" with Devontae. So you have no Devontae? You have no Devontae? That's in play. No, I like that bet. That's actually a good bet.
Yeah. No, I think Puka over 7.5 is just it's got to be a lock at this point with no Devontae Adams.
All right, real quick, we'll talk a little Sabres, right?
Yeah, Sabres.
Let's do it.
They finally finished their 6-game road streak or road game. They were 12 days on the road, 6 games. I said they needed to go 4-1-1 on the road. They went 3-3. So they lost. I wish they would have won at least one more game, but they finally won their first regulation road win in like 300 days. And then the Monday that they get back from their road trip, bye-bye Kevin Adams. Terry Pegula says,
thank God.
We're kicking you out. Thanks for your service. Thank you, but no thank you. That dude has been needing to go for a long time. He has been such a pushover ever since he made the comment last year that New York has taxes and not palm trees. That dude lost the fan base. That dude lost any respect of any other team in the NHL. And if that dude calls to make a fucking trade, you laugh at him. We got lucky that we won we're winning the JJ Peterka trade, because I bet you, I think it was Seattle. They said, oh, we'll take JJ Peterka from Michael Kesselring. Yeah, we'll toss in Josh Doan as well. And Josh Doan has been absolutely
he's been a stud,
fucking
dude.
phenomenal.
He's been a stud.
That dude deserves a top 6 lineup spot every fucking night.
No, because
he plays with heart, he plays with grit, he wants to fucking win. You can see it on the ice. The dude's making plays. And it was not expected of him to score this many goals this early in the season. I think that dude's the most goals he's ever had was like 20. And he's almost eclipsed that not even halfway through the season. The Sabres are back to 500 after their 3-3 road trip, which is nice to see. But no more Kevin Adams and Jarmo, whatever the fuck his last name is. I'm not trying to pronounce that. It's a nice breath of fresh air because you listen to him talk and he sounds like a professional GM. I'm going to quiz you real quick. Do you know the last GM that we hired that had previous GM experience was?
No clue.
Scotty Bowman. Bro,
It's been a minute.
It's been a fucking hot minute.
It's been a minute.
I don't understand what the fuck we were trying to. At least Darcy Regier gave the Sabres teams Darcy didn't have any previous GM experience, but at least he made moves. I just feel like Kevin Adams was just so afraid to pick up the fucking phone and ask a question because he was afraid of being rejected. He didn't want to hear no. Like, okay, I liked the Eichel trade. I think Tuck was a good
Tuck.
And I think the big part of the reasoning for him getting fired was the abysmal seasons that we've had, and then I'll lock my phone on like an idiot. All right, never mind. I was gonna have you read the last comment because as it popped up while I'm
there he is
talking like an idiot about the Sabres.
Chris Cap, baby.
The Sabres have been a laughing stock, and the dude is just so afraid to fucking make a move. And I get it. And what I heard too was that he's not willing to even come close to what Tuck wants for a contract. Dude, the dude's homegrown. He's from the Buffalo area. I think it's more Rochester, Syracuse, but he's still in the area. He grew up a Sabres fan. That dude was so excited to come here when you traded Eichel for him.
Right.
I remember that first game in Buffalo, Eichel on the Golden Knights, and Tuck stripped him at the fucking blue line. and hammered one home past their fucking goalie, or it might have been an empty net. That is the loudest I've ever heard that arena since, and I haven't heard it that loud since.
It hasn't been that loud.
So I'm really hopeful that, even the players, Darlene said the same thing. He said, you know what? It's going to be nice that we get a nice fresh of basically like breath air at this point. He's like, he feels good with what Jarmo has been saying. I really think the Sabres are finally going to turn this around. It's going to start with the Tuck signing for an extension. And I think he makes a big move.
It always starts from the top down, though. That's the thing. Like, you got to get the right pieces in the front office, and it trickles down from there. And into your head coach, and into your players. The culture has to change. It's just like the Bills. Like, we had Bean, and
we don't have a culture in the Sabres.
There's no culture there.
I think he's going to build it.
Build the culture, get people to want to come play for you. You have some decent talent around you, but like, you have to promote it. You have to be like, look, here's our story. Here's why you want to come to Buffalo. Here's what we can do for you. Pay the players. Pagula opened the pockets up, like, figured the shit out.
Jarmo has said he's allowed to spend to the cap. And what I liked about it, I heard an interview on WGR today, was that Jarmo had said, it's like, yeah, we can spend to the cap, but we still want to kind of be underneath a little bit, because if something comes up in the middle of the season and we have an opportunity to trade for somebody, if we're trading player for player and the player,
but I don't think that happens year one. That's my thing. Is like, I don't know if that. I don't think that happens year one, because I'm not sure if other players are going to be convinced like the Sabres are the real deal. Other players need to see progress. They want to see, like, hey, you guys have turned the stone, right? Like, you guys have turned the corner. Here we go. You're on the up. So like, year one, I would blow past the cap, whatever, dude. Go to the limit, and I wouldn't worry about that shit. Year two, okay, now we can save some. What do we do year one? All right, we won some more games. We got some more traction going. I wouldn't worry about that going into, like, what are we going to do mid-season trade, especially the first year with the guy, or even the second year with the guy. It's more about building that traction. Bring the players in. Bring who you can bring in the preseason. Now, if you can't bring the players in the preseason and we have the cap space, sure, you can utilize that midway through. But I'm saying I wouldn't hold back from preseason to midseason. Right. Just spend the money if you can spend the money. If you can't, sure, hold back.
Well, I think we're already past that point of spending to the cap. I don't know what we're at the cap at this point in the season. But like I said, it's just nice that he has the understanding. And if you go back when he was the GM of the Columbus Blue Jackets, he got key players to come in there. He was responsible for getting Johnny Gaudreau, God rest his soul, that was a horrible accident. He was responsible for Johnny Hockey to come to Columbus, who was a fucking expansion team in the fucking 2000s or early 1990s. Like, that dude got him to go to Columbus. Imagine what he can do to come to Buffalo, who was a storied franchise at one point.
Well, here it's about rebuilding that culture, because you're right, Columbus was shit. And
they had their best years under John.
But you didn't have a guy going, nobody wants to come to Columbus because it's cold and shitty up here, and we just got chilly. Like, nobody said that shit.
Yeah.
You got Kevin Adams kind of ruining a lot of shit for people. So it's about rebuilding that trust, rebuilding just like the commitment to come to Buffalo. Hey, it's a good place to play. We're a cup, contender. We want to be a cup contender. We have a good fan base around us. It's something about reigniting that.
A great fan base.
But it's reigniting that for other players to understand that, because a lot of players look at the NFL or the NHL and go, the Sabres are shit. When they look at the NFL, they understand, like, it's been rebuilt. We drafted great. We got the pieces, and now the culture's turned around. Everybody wants to come here, but you can do that. You can turn that around. It's not just like, hey man, we got Tage Thompson here, and no, just, you got to be authentic about it, and people want to play for this city. The fan base should be your number one selling point, is that people will show up to games no matter how bad we are.
And the last two GMs basically talk shit about the fan base. Like, they didn't promote the fan base.
No,
they don't.
That's
I don't
shit,
think they realize how fucking passionate this fan base can be.
Nah, it's shit. But that's from a business.
Bills fans, like, you think Bills fans are passionate? Sabres fans are also passionate.
They are.
You go back to the early 2000s days.
Yeah, but that's when you're winning, it's always good though.
Obviously,
and I get it. I get it. We've been losing.
That's how fucking loud this fan base can be.
No, I get it.
That's how passionate the Sabres can be. But when you're not fucking catering to the fan base, and I know you're not really supposed to, you don't have to. But when you're not even putting fucking competitive teams on the ice.
Yeah, no,
and they've raised prices over the years on season tickets. Like, for what? You're putting out dog shit fucking entertainment. Nobody wants to come pay for that. And not only that, now you're fucking promoting your fucking food and beer is even more expensive. It costs you at least $200 to $300 for between tickets, food, and fucking like drinks just to go to a Sabres game.
It's
not to
expensive.
mention $25 to close as park as you can to the arena in the middle of winter.
$10. I got my spot.
I got a spot. That's just spot. I've been telling everybody.
I love that spot.
Yep.
But you're right though. Like, you got to turn the culture around. You got to get people excited about it, and I think the Sabres could do that in the coming years. You just starts with the change in the upper, and I think we've done that.
I think so too. I have heard.
We'll see what the rest of this year brings. I don't count us. I mean, I don't want to say I don't count us out yet, but.
I'd like to see what
you got to do. What we
few weeks after this
brings. But you got to You got to see what the next few weeks bring here,
and not even with like trades or anything. Just
no, there's no trade. I'm not even. I'm not even considering trades at this point. Just see how the team responds to the change, and go from there.
Yeah,
they might respond positively. Look at 3 games in a row, right?
Yep.
That's Kraken, Canucks,
win streak,
Oilers.
Year.
All West Coast, Oilers, but all basically a West Coast road trip here, which I was definitely doubting us. I'm like, ain't no way we beaten. Look at the Canucks aren't even that good. The Kraken are average. I'm like, I thought we were going 0 for 3 on this road trip, and we go 3-0. So
well, we got the Flyers, not a good team. Islanders, not a good team.
At home,
Devils
at home
have injuries. Devils are playing with injuries.
Senators, we've beat plenty of times. Bruins aren't even that bad.
Nope,
so you could win. You could win the next 5 games, and this is what I'm talking about. Like, you don't need to win You don't need to win an 8-game win streak. However, when you put together win streaks like that, it helps because these other teams are winning 4 here. They drop a couple. 5 here. They drop a couple. The Sabres have never strung together like a 4-game, 5-game win streak, drop a couple. It's always they win 2 games, they lose 6. They win a game, they lose 2. They win a game, they lose 1. They win a game, they lose 6. It's never enough to like make a dent into it. So I think this is a good start to it. You have the change with the GM. You won 3 of those games in a row. Come on, carry that momentum into the home games here. Now you got the momentum. This is easily at least 2 of these more games, and you can go 5 in a row. I'm behind you.
Bro, you got 3 of the next 5 games are home games.
I'm behind here.
Absolutely. Sign me up. Sign me up for these. You got the next 2 home games are Thursday, Saturday. Then you got away games, Sunday, Tuesday. And then you come back right after Christmas. If you can go 3-1 in those next 4 games. Into the Christmas break.
That's what you want to do.
6 of your last 7. Finally, a couple games over 500. I know it's not breaking the bank. We're not.
No, but you got to get momentum. You have to start winning some games. So that makes sense, guys. This is almost a 2-hour podcast here.
Our bad or not.
You might have fallen off here at the end here. If you've stuck with us, we're happy. Make sure you comment. Make sure you like, subscribe to the YouTube channel. You can find us on Facebook and Instagram. Where else?
That's it for
Spotify
or
Apple Podcasts. You can get the replays, which will be uploaded tomorrow. Whenever I wake up, it'll be there, guys. Next week is Christmas Eve on a Wednesday. I'm going to reiterate, we will be doing the podcast. We're going to start earlier in the morning, maybe 10, 11 a.m., whatever Jeff wants to do.
I got to figure out, I'm supposed to work right now 7 to 1:30, but I can leave early. So at the latest, I'd say 12.
Okay, so even if that happens, Jeff gets over here. When he gets over here, it'll be before her 7 a.m. or 7 p.m. Normal start time. Don't worry, we will be drinking. I got some Belgians back there ready for us. Tis the season. Guys, thanks for listening. For that, I'm Mikey D.
I'm Jeff.
We out of here.
Go Bills.
Beer on tap, tables about to snap. Wide right miss, take another sip. From Orchard Park to the studio, Mikey D and Jeff with a G. It's the Bears and Buffalo Show.